would you rather choose a job with high pay, you're balling with money, but you're shitty friends at work, or not even friends, colleagues at work, or vice versa? You don't have the money, you poor girl, you broke ass, but you have good friends.
I think I'd rather stay unemployed. So why don't you take it from us? Classic elevator music.
Yeah,
Nice.
correct. That's the
Okay,
vibes.
so
Okay,
let's unpack
talk about
today.
it. Yeah, let's talk about it. So we're gonna talk about jobs today. Maybe like job criteria, job design, what our ideal lifestyle looks like for all our future employers. We love y'all.
Thanks for hiring me.
Take note. This is part of my resume.
I'm using this. Okay, but I
Yeah.
think for me, okay.
Why don't we
the-
start with the question first?
Which is?
Yeah, would you rather shitty friends
Okay.
but high pay or vice versa?
Okay, personally, I think I would rather high pay to than than like having nice colleagues. Okay, high pay but shit colleagues
Yes.
versus
Low
low
pay,
pay and
amazing, stunning, beautiful
like,
colleagues.
for lifers. I think I would rather at this point in time I would rather high pay because
okay.
to me I feel like having there's a difference between shitty colleagues and a shitty work culture. I cannot stand shitty work culture.
But if
It
you're
is-
shit colleagues, you have a shit work culture anyways,
but I
no?
don't need to deal with them, you know? Like only when it comes to certain project works maybe. But on the broad spectrum of things on the day to day, I don't think I will need to deal with them as often and I'm okay like
Okay.
working by myself. I like working alone.
Right.
So for me, as long as if they're shitty work colleagues
Yeah.
in the form of work ethic,
Yeah.
then screw that. I'm out
What
for
if
that.
it's just everything? They're just
The whole
big
package, they're just like a
losers.
whole lump of
Yeah.
shit.
Oh. That's one way to describe them.
Wow.
They just no work ethic, can't vibe with them.
I think I will probably leave. If that's the case, I think I will probably leave.
Don't have a job.
Yeah. Just unemployment.
Right. Okay.
Pick me. But
Okay.
yeah, so I think let's unpack that a little bit more. For me right now, I'm trying to money make as much as possible, right?
Okay.
So high pay is obviously one priority. But when it comes to colleagues, if I'm there to work, I'm
Yeah.
not really there to make friends. Like
Okay.
I'm there to
interesting.
make
Okay.
connections, yes.
Okay.
But usually when it comes to work, like work, friendship isn't really at the top of my mind when I'm at my desk lah. But if let's say you're talking about like shitty work ethic, I cannot deal with that because that affects me.
Yep.
Friendship affects both people, but like work ethic especially would impact me. If you
Okay.
can't get your job done well and on
Yeah.
time, that's gonna affect all my other deliverables as well. And I
Yeah,
cannot let that happen, which is why I would rather not deal with that.
Okay.
Yeah. So hence my answer.
I think my answer is opposite of yours. I would rather be. I say this, but like, shout out to my boyfriend. Please make a lot of money then. Thank you very
Oh.
much. We give 50-50. I give the vibes, you can give the money.
We bring different things to the relationship.
Correct.
Yeah.
You gotta bring different things to the table.
Real.
Come on, you know.
Yeah, what do you say prior to this conversation? Out your boyfriend now. Say it.
What did I say prior to this?
No, okay, the if God gave me certain things, but like he just okay.
No, okay. Listen, look, we are all blessed with many different talents and things, and I think we can all bring different things to the table. Some people are just better at working, and some people are not. And I would like to think that I bring good vibes anyways. So, if I were in a situation where I was, either shitty pay or and good colleagues, I feel like I would choose the good colleagues.
Yeah.
Even though I'm quite money minded, but to me it's like if shitty pay, but it's like I can still make ends meet, then it's still okay. It's just like, oh, maybe you just don't like go and eat as often, or
Yep.
like you don't treat yourself to something.
Yep.
I think I can still live with that. But if
Okay.
I have to go to an office every day, or like even just work with like this boring like culture, like I dread going to work every day. That just makes your day so much longer. And then you bring it home as well. Like you come home, you're so tired, you're frustrated, and then everything,
Yeah,
yada
that's
yada
true,
yada. So
that's
it's like
true.
I feel like it really just sets your whole mindset, and it's like you're like down in the dumps, you know. And so I would rather have good friends, good colleagues, and then we can complain about how shitty our pay is together. See?
Real.
Trauma bonding.
Yeah,
Not even
trauma.
trauma. Just bonding over like life circumstances.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
at least you can still like band together and do shit together. And then if anything, okay, you switch job. I mean, I say that, but like
Easier said than done, lah, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. But
yeah,
that's what I would choose. I think because I also because I'm interested in marketing, I feel like for that it needs a lot of relationship, like management, a lot of like working together, collaborative aspects, as opposed to perhaps somebody doing maybe like software design, where perhaps they can still
more
work together, but
independently, right?
but you're kind of like you can also just do your own shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I think I would choose.
Okay, I do think that when it comes to work, like colleagues would form a big part of the work and company culture. And I think that I would prioritize as well. Obviously, we're talking about our ideal jobs.
Yeah.
So having a shitty something is obviously not ideal.
Of course. So
But-
what's your ideal criteria for a job?
For me, I don't really have a ranking. I just have a couple of things that I look out for. Company
Okay.
culture is definitely one of them.
Yep.
Like, if I cannot deal with a company that focuses too much on organizational hierarchy, that means just
okay.
because you're the boss, I have to listen to
Yeah,
you.
right,
No,
yeah.
that's not how you earn my respect. To me, it's like if you're a boss who cares about my welfare, who delegates the work well, who ensures that if we have to give a little bit more, you know how to communicate that to us and not just expect that from us, then that is a boss that I would respect and that I will work hard for. So, and then you translate that to the whole organization. If this boss cannot like go by left just a little bit, for instance, let's say if I have a 10-minute grace period and I show up 1 minute past the 10-minute grace period, your response to me speaks a lot about the organization that I'm working for. So if
okay.
you tell me things like, oh, technically you're 1 minute past the grace period, whoa, I'm
much.
immediately giving you the side eye. I'm
Right.
immediately like walking out of the office straight.
Okay,
Because
okay.
to me, that just shows that you're not willing to bend a little for your employees, for your subordinates, for your partners, for your employees.
Okay.
Yeah, or peers. So that is something that I look out for. Pay is obviously up there. But I
But
think
is pay something? Sorry, just to interject. Is
Yeah.
pay something like in terms of like
Make or break?
current make or break is one. I was also gonna ask whether it's like your current pay now. It's more of like okay, you can see the progression and therefore the pay you could/would be getting in the future.
Okay, I think it's a bit too early to talk about pay progression, but I think when it comes to the point in my life where I feel like I should be duly compensated
Yeah.
for the work that I'm doing, as long as I communicate that across well, with good reasons, good comparisons, and it just makes sense,
Yeah.
I would expect a yes lah. I would,
Okay.
or at least I would expect a negotiation. And if I were to get a flat out no, again, that speaks volumes about what the organization is telling me or
Okay.
showing me.
So you're more focused on like the present, being like okay, this is what I should be compensated
Yes.
for, versus maybe like okay, I'll take a bit of an L now, maybe
Yeah.
a bit less than what I think I am, but if I see myself like let's say fast track 2 years down the road earning higher or
Yeah.
a lot more.
So
That's
like,
what I mean by pay progression. Yeah, like
no, I think I will work for present. Because
Okay,
if I
interesting.
were to work for something that's less than, like I'm earning less than what I should be earning right now, in the hopes that I will earn more in the future, even if it's guaranteed,
yeah.
like they tell you, oh, in 5 years you'll become a manager, you'll up your pay immediately. I don't want to bank on that.
Okay.
I don't want to have any expectations because anything can happen in, let's say, arbitrary, anything can happen in those 5 years
Yeah.
or however many years. So if shit were to really hit the fan, let's say economic crisis, you obviously can't up my pay, and then I'm
Yeah,
stuck
yeah.
with a shitty pay for the rest of
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
As
Okay.
long as that economic recession is in play.
Okay.
So I would rather focus on the present. But yeah, I think beyond pay, another thing that I look out for is remote work. So
Okay.
that can come in many different forms, whether it's more days of leave, more paid days of leave, more travel, or more work from home days. I think that
Okay.
is something that I look out for and look forward to whenever I'm looking for a job now.
See, I think that has totally changed because of like COVID. Like I think
Okay.
our generation is
Yeah.
very much like, oh, we need like work from home days. Like
Fair,
I
yeah.
literally met up with a friend, I think 2 days back, and she was just
Yeah.
saying like if the company doesn't have work from home days, like she really just wouldn't even apply to that company. Like she needs that remote working
Yeah.
sort of thing because it suits her lifestyle. Yeah. So I think especially post-pandemic, now that people can see, oh, like you can
a
actually, you
possibility,
can
right?
actually take
Yeah.
your work offline. Yeah, I guess.
But I do feel like there's truth in that though. Like if not for the pandemic, our eyes wouldn't have been open. Like the pandemic has forced us, or at least forced companies, to revisit what do they actually need to carry out in office. Obviously,
yeah.
operations and certain supply and logistics, you need to go on the ground. You might not even need to. I don't know. I'm not speaking from experience, but I would think like all the things that you need to be on the ground for, those are just the bare minimum of what you need.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about in office, let's say for meetings, Zoom works fine, you know? Or at least I think so. Zoom, Microsoft Teams, you have all these tools now to help facilitate things that were once in office now can be held outside of office.
Yeah,
And
fair
that's why
enough,
I'm looking forward to those.
Yeah, I think I share similar sentiments in terms of like the work from home, but I think for me it's more of how do I say it? Like boundaries between like work and post work. So like
Ooh, okay.
I think there's certain careers, especially like maybe finance, sort of thing where it really
OT,
bleeds your
right?
life really bleeds into like each both sectors of your life bleed into each other. So it's very much like I hear my friends like they stay up till like 10, 11 just in the office. They get transport as in fees for money allocated for transport, money allocated for food. Like, okay, go girl, get that bag, I guess. But at the same time, it's like, at what cost? Yeah. So to me, at least to me, that's not a sacrifice I'm willing to make. It's like when it's 6 p.m., 5 p.m.,
Bye.
yeah, I'm out. Like,
Yeah.
this is my own time. I need to decompress a little.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then, and do that. So having either that line, which I think, honestly, can sometimes be blurred as well because of that work from home state in a good and bad way. In terms of like,
true,
I can wake up, maybe like I go for a walk and then come back and then attend a meeting.
Yep.
But I can also be like, oh, you're at home, pick up like this or pick up the slack here, or like, hey, you're at home, like you should be able to be doing all this.
Yep.
So that's a push and pull sort of thing. But yeah, work from home is something. I think. But at the same time, I just think company culture is something that, like I wouldn't mind going to office every day if I had a solid group of people there and if I enjoyed myself there. That's fine. But that being said, location is definitely a big thing for me. Yeah, like I wouldn't want to travel like super far out. Yeah.
Real.
Miss girl, I can't drive. Like,
Up.
yeah, we don't talk about that. We do not talk about the fact that I cannot drive. Nobody bring it up to me ever again. Okay? Absolutely not.
That's
okay.
right, producer.
First of all,
it is a you problem.
This is
skill
a,
issue for real.
No, it's a trauma in my head because I nearly killed somebody. Okay, but anyways, aside from that point, yeah.
Let us
don't
know if
bring
you
it up
want to hear
again.
more about that story in the comments below. But yeah, okay.
But anyways, we don't bring that up. So because of that, it's like, oh, I have to like find a place that's close enough.
To the MRT, to bus stops.
Or ish, or like it's like it makes. Even if I travel far, it's like, okay, can I do something there? Or it's like, is the commute like just like, okay, at least one train ride there. I don't have to like, switch, for example. Yeah.
Okay.
I say this because I don't plan on working in Singapore. Yeah, so that's why it's like that's why I'm saying
Where do you intend to work?
elsewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, just
somewhere outside of
Yeah,
Singapore.
yeah,
okay.
yeah, correct, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I think those. Other than that, I can't really think of any other priorities at the top of my mind. Pay, sure.
Real.
Okay, I have one. I want an environment where I am, for lack of a better word, guaranteed growth and challenge. Yeah. Like, I need a job that will stimulate. Yeah, because I am a busy girl and I need to be busy. If I'm not busy, I will flounder and I will cry myself to sleep at night. So, too much going up here. No, but so if I'm in a job where it's very maybe like stagnant or it's like menial day-to-day tasks and I'm not presented with like ways to challenge myself or put myself out there or like take on this opportunity, I don't think I would enjoy it very much. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. But do you think this all sounds like it's coming from a very mature standpoint, like no, as in like what I mean by that is when you talk to me about growth and challenge, I can't foresee like a 14-year-old telling me that, like I can't foresee.
Well, I am 22, so like.
Well, hence so my point is like, these have you thought about this before, and have this set of criteria changed for you over the years?
Oh yeah, 100%.
So what has it changed from?
It used to just be like money,
Oh, real,
like
real.
okay,
Yeah.
money, money, money.
Yeah.
And that's still a priority. That's for sure. Don't get me wrong. Please,
don't
would
don't
love the
undercut
money.
me.
Yeah, like please, you want to pay me like any? Yeah, like go ahead, you can donate to me. No, but it's changed because. I mean, you just grow up, you figure out shit about the world, and you also realize what you prioritize. And
Yeah.
I think younger is just money, just in terms of the practical, like job equals money equals like food to eat, things to do, things you can do, etc.
But then you realize there's more to a job than just
Of
money, right?
course, yeah.
Of course.
And it's like, am I really gonna like, oh, I'm making big bucks, but I'm like lonely as shit, or like I'm just not enjoying myself. Some people are fine with that. Like,
Yeah.
like I think I have quite a few friends who are very willing to put themselves in very harsh environments. And, you know, they will tell me, oh, I hate the work culture and everything, but they earn
They
a
still
big
pull through.
bank,
Yeah,
sis. Let me tell you, you
5
know?
digit in their pocket by the end of summer or something.
Yeah, then it's like, oh, okay, but they hate it. Like they really hate it. But they're like, okay, I'll just slog it out until, you know, whenever they feel it's necessary. But I really don't think I have the willpower to do that, frankly enough.
Real.
I as much as I say it would challenge me, I think it would also just come at the cost of my own mental sanity. So that's why, so I think it's changed over the years because of that. Yeah.
I think as age catches up to me also, I find that sustainability is something that I'm trying to focus on also.
What do you mean by
So
that?
sustainability means like how much can my body and my mind be sustained throughout the job, and is this something that I can see myself doing day after day, week
like
after week? So like
intellectually stimulated.
whether intellectually stimulated, mental health, physical health, how much OT am I doing, all that will take a toll on like the job will take its toll on me, and how it affects these factors is what I consider before going into the job. So
Okay.
whether or not can I see myself doing in 5 years' time, be it in the form of like, is this job gonna get me somewhere, gonna upskill me in any way, or is this job gonna take such a huge physical toll on me that will just build up over the next few years? Yeah.
So do you think like what you do now, like in terms of your part-time like
Yeah.
job, your work, right?
Yeah.
Does that number one help you illuminate all of these like factors, and number two, is it aiding you into where you want to be in the future?
Definitely. I think taking up internship or part-time before you actually go into your full-time is it's a must to do.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
then you figure out like what aspects of a job you like and don't like, look out for, and would stay away from.
So what
So-
you're doing now currently, has that helped you with that?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So the organizational thing, yeah, that's
okay,
from
okay.
the current job that I'm doing.
Okay.
And you also find things out about yourself that you like, and that you can pursue potentially as a career down in the future. So for instance, like I'm doing rock climbing coaching now for like kids, and I realized that I have a way with kids.
Okay.
So maybe teaching
Okay.
or coaching in the future might be something that I look to in the form of either a side hustle or a main hustle. So
okay.
then it opens my eyes, you know, then
Yeah.
you get exposed to different things to see what you like and don't like and what can be a potential career path in the future. Yeah.
fair enough.
But I do think that going down the road, once I actually step foot into a proper full-time job, I do foresee myself changing this set of criteria.
Really?
I think. Yeah.
Why-
Maybe
why
I'll
do you
start
say
to
that?
forgo pay
What's
a little
this
bit.
like foreshadowing? Like
I don't
crystal
know.
ball
Maybe-
shit. Like
Well, it's just like once we pull out the
we spent one whole episode talking about the criteria, then you're like, actually,
actually subject to change, you know,
Yeah.
like yeah.
TBC.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
but why do you say that?
I do think that like in the future, like once I have enough to sustain myself financially, maybe pay won't be such a huge factor anymore.
Fair.
Once I have a family, maybe like that will definitely be something that I prioritize. So going back to your not disturbing me after work hours,
Yeah.
maybe that is also something that I foresee myself prioritizing down the road. But for
okay,
now,
okay.
it's just like hustle culture all the way. Yeah.
No, but it's okay because anyways, everybody's priorities will change
Mm.
over time. I think especially as you interact with more people, you figure out more about yourself as well. You realize, oh shit, this is something that I now prioritize. Some people switch jobs and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
But don't switch away because we got shit to tell y'all as well.
That's right. We are releasing a new video every Wednesday at 7 p.m. on our YouTube channel as well as our Spotify at tifupod squad.
Yes.
But where else can they check us out on?
You can also check us out on Instagram at tifupod squad as well. Y'all know the drill. We post episode releases there. We also post little snippets. You can watch it out on Reels if you want a little sneak peek maybe before the episode comes out. Or you can also yap to us because we have an interactive story segment. Tell us what you feel about our episode topic, or you can also let us know what you want us to talk about next time in the future as well. And I think they can comment as well on YouTube.
That's right. So you can comment down below. What is your job criteria? Imagine your future employer is looking at this. What do you want to tell them? Let us know in the comments down below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And till next time, we hope you guys can take it from us. Bye.